And a very good Monday afternoon to you from Manchester, which today, probably like everywhere else in England, I would have thought, beautiful, gorgeous, big yellow ball, blue sky, fluffy clouds. What I want to talk to you today about is, well, something we're all struggling with right now, and a possible, not solution, but something that might make life um, that little bit easier. Like everybody, unfortunately, I have to go out shopping. I don't buy everything online. I do a little bit of online shopping, especially when I'm not feeling too well. But I've been out shopping and bought a few things that really just brought it home to me. And this doesn't happen a lot, but I think it might help if we all push for it to happen. We all know that different stores charge different amounts of money for different things. And week on week, our weekly shop budget doesn't stretch quite as far. Now, I actually spend very little on what you would call essentials. Being a disabled person who's on a very restricted income because I only get kind of a disability benefit, and the less needs to be said about that at the moment because of what's going on in Parliament. I try to cut what I spend down to the bare minimum. So I was out shopping the other day. Now, I knew this kind of happened, but noticed it doesn't happen as much as I thought it did. Now, what am I talking about here? I went out the other day and I bought this. Cadbury's instant hot chocolates, the stuff you make with boiling water rather than milk. Of course, you can save a little bit of money buying extra milk to make your hot chocolate. If you can buy a hot chocolate, you can make with boiling water. It's not the product I want to talk to you about. It's this little yellow band with the red numbers on saying £3.39. Now that is part of the container. It's not a piece of paper stuck on, it's not a sticker, it's actually printed on the plastic. Now what that is, that's the MSRP sticker or label or whatever it is you want to call it. And the MSRP is the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Now, why I think this is important, why we as consumers should perhaps start pushing for all manufacturers of goods, food goods, to start using this system. I bought this from an outlet called Home Bargains. Now they're quite prevalent around the north. From what I understand, not too much down south. And although the MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested retail price, is £3.39, this actually cost £2.89, and yet the same tub of the same stuff in a specially produced container for Tesco, being sold at Tesco. It's still Cadbury's, they're not marketing it as Tesco's instant hot chocolate. It is exactly the same stuff. The only difference is that this container at Tesco doesn't have this band. This is £4.19 at Tesco. Now I appreciate that the point of being in business is to make profit. That's what you do. If you don't make profit, you don't stay in business. It's a very simple rule. But what I don't understand is, even at an MSRP price, there is still wiggle room for profit. And that's why Home Bargains are selling it at about 175p cheaper than the MSRP, but they're still making profit. But also, even though I now know that Cadbury's themselves say that that particular product should be sold at £3.39, Tesco, who've got massive buying power, huge, great buying power, so they could cut their costs immensely, want to charge over £4 for the same item. Now, is the thing that what we should start doing is boycotting Tesco? Well, it's going to be hard to do, and to get everybody on the same bus and saying, yeah, absolutely, we're going to do that every day, Stuart. They don't want to do that because people generally are lazy, and they think, well, I might as well get it from in Tesco. Whilst I'm in Tesco, I might as well buy everything here. However, the Quality Save that I bought this from is literally around the corner from the Tesco store that I generally shop at when I shop at Tesco. And it's on my way home. So I come out of Tesco, having not bought this at Tesco, go round the corner, park my car up, pop in there, buy this, save 75p on one item. How is that not a bargain? And why is it that all manufacturers are not forced by law to have the MSRP label on it? Why cannot government say to all major manufacturers, put this on here? Now, I'm not saying that every retailer who can pays under the MSRP, but it would stop all retailers, i.e. like Tesco, charging over the MSRP. Maybe they could change the letter. Maybe it's the manufacturer's legal retail price. Maybe it could be that. That would stop big boys, and I'm sure it will happen with Sainsbury's and Morrison's and all the other big boys. I bet they all do the same thing. But I found it fascinating that this, on a shelf in Home Bargains here in Manchester, had the MSRP price, and they retailed it under the MSRP price. Why can government not force all manufacturers to put this on all their products, and not just a sticker? As I say, it's part of the container. It's part of the container. So the big retailers who may want to charge more can't take it off in their warehouses. That has to be put on the shelf, and they should be breaking the law if they're charging more than the actual retail price should be. Anyway, that's it for this one. It just struck me as something that's so damn obvious. Why more manufacturers of goods in this country are not doing this, and why the government of the day, instead of persecuting us in every possible way that they can right now, are not pushing something through on retail legislation that all goods should have this on, so that we know whether a retailer is ripping us off. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. Let me know whether you've seen anything else with an MSRP pricing on it, where you saw it, where you saw it are actually selling it under the MSRP. And if people are doing that, if people are selling stuff under the MSRP, should we not give them more custom? They're at least making an effort. Should we not start putting a bit more effort in and going to those smaller shops, those smaller retailers, and giving them our custom, because at least they're trying. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. And don't forget, please subscribe. Bye bye.